Oh, praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Today we're going to go over Revelation chapter 19 and 11. And we're just going to just talk about basically uh, Satan and what the Most High plans are against him and those who receive his mark, you know, or that thing, you know what I'm talking about. So, and it says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. So it's talking about Yahushua. Um, we know the scriptures say that the Lord is a man of war, and the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, is coming back to bring division on the earth, okay, and cause war, okay. And it says, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh power. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of his fierceness and wrath of Almighty God power. And he had on his vesture and he had on his vesture and his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourself together into the supper of the great God power, that you may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sat on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So these natures is going to try to fight against the Most High and his angels uh, in that day. Okay, these so-called UFOs that they seeing, which are the armies, which are the chariots of the Most High. Uh, it said, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Okay, so the Most High is going to bring fire and brimstone to those who receive the mark, right? So it's not going to be no escaping in that day uh, if you receive the mark. It said, uh, the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. Okay, so the beast is the system. Okay, so the system was taken, and the false prophet was taken with the Most High that wrought miracles before him. which he, talking about the false prophet, he deceived them that had received the mark. See? So that's why you got to be in tune with this word, man. So you be, you know, so you know what's going on, because some going to take that thing and some not, But those who's waiting on the Lord is going to wait on Him and let the Most High provide for His people. You know, let's go down right here and read. Let's go to 20:10. 20:10 says, "And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever." See that? So, uh, you don't want to be a part of that. If you gonna wait on the Most High, but if you're gonna take this thing, man, this is what the Most High is gonna. This is what you're gonna be. This is the judgment that the Most High is gonna bring to those that um choose to follow after the spiritual devil Satan and his followers on the earth. See that? So, man, you got to be in this, have the spiritual power, man, because it's going to be like a lot of deceiving going on. It's already just a lot of deceiving going on, but you know, uh, when that time comes and they get ready to bring this thing out, and it's gonna be bad for those who receive that thing and not wait on the Most High and uh, His angels to deliver us in that day. Uh, so let's get some insight and let's talk about the second death, because that's the first death. Uh, it says the second death, the lake of fire, which is going to be Babylon, so-called America. The lake of fire into which death hazed the symbolic wild beast and the false prophet Satan, his demons, and the persistent practicers of wickedness on earth are cast into, or cast is shown to mean the second death. Initially, death resulted from and was passed on to mankind as a result of Adam's transgression. Hence, the second death must be distinct from the inherited death. It is evident from the cited text that there is no release possible from the second death. The situation of those in the second death corresponds to the outcome warned in such texts as Hebrews, Matthew, and and other hand, those represented as gaining the crown of life and having part in the first resurrection are free from any possibility of harm by the second death. These who are to reign with Yahushua receive immortality, deathlessness, and incorruption, and hence are beyond the authority of the second death. Okay, so uh yeah, people gonna go through that second death when they're in the lake of fire, uh and all the wickedness and all those who do wickedness on the earth. See, it's gonna be cast in that lake of fire. And that lake of fire is going to be America burning up from the nuclear destruction from the bombs. See, this is how America is going to burn, and from the chariots of the Lord. You know, they're also going to be zapping people. So this is why we got to get on the Lord's side and try to do our best, so that uh, we can be okay in that day. The Most High already got His people numbered, His people covered and marked, and He know those who's not going to take that thing. He know those who are going to take that thing. You know, everything is already written, preordained. It's just us on the earth playing it up, playing to play out. So with that being said, I like remember to like, share, subscribe. I'll be back with the next one. Peace.